Great. So let's move on to our second segment. That is art of giving evidence-based feedback. Are we all ready? Okay. Now, feedback is an integral part in all the demo segments that we have. You must have seen that after every activity, the teacher is providing a feedback, a badge, a motivational award to the child, right? In any of the demos, you would see that a feedback is a must after every activity, right? Now, let's talk about a feedback. You also must have got or received a lot of feedbacks in your lifetime which have helped you. Now, there are feedbacks which are usually positive, which talks about your strengths and some positive things about you, isn't it? So those feedbacks are usually, they are motivational, they encourage you. It gives a feel good factor there. But I'm talking about those constructive feedbacks, those feedbacks which highlight the areas of improvement in us, and it helped us. So let's talk about that feedback which was given to you and by whom it was given, and how did it help you. So let's write down those constructive feedback, not the positive ones. Those constructive feedbacks, those helpful feedbacks that talked about the areas of improvement in you, and what was the feedback, who gave that feedback, and how did it help you. Let's write down. Some of them are in the waiting room. Let me check. Okay. Let's write down in the chat section. Okay, Darshana. Others? Okay, Ashwini. Okay, Zoya. Manya. Okay, that's wonderful, Sunita. Okay. Okay, Meenal. Okay, Deborah. Okay. Oh, that's wonderful, Rashmi. Okay, Shelly. That's great, and it's going to help you in your current job a lot. Shafin, okay. Okay, Vinitha. Okay. Thank you so much, teachers, for writing those in the feedback in the chat section. Um, okay, Yoga Pragadish, sorry. Innovative TLM. Constructive feedback. Yes, it helps in your development. That's very true. Yes, very true, Juhi. Sandhya, you're very lucky. Very lucky. Okay, great. Madhuri. Wonderful. Great. So a feedback, again, is an integral part of the growth and development of a child or a learner or an individual, any one of us. All of us receive feedbacks, and some of them are not so constructive, not so useful. So we understand that feedback can be as useful as worthless it can be. Let's watch this small cartoon that I have kept it for you. So here the man makes a presentation and shows it to the mentor or uh, the superior, and the employer says good presentation, but it can be made better. Okay, and the employee says, okay, sure, and he comes up with a bigger font size and he says, okay, I made the font size bigger. Is it better now? Okay, so what do you think? Is this feedback useful? No. No, it's not useful. Why? Because it does not talk about, and why is it not useful? It's not specific. Very good. So remember this word, specific. Okay, it was not specific. She needs to exactly specify what needs improvement. Very good. It does not talk about where we need to work upon. Okay, so it's not actionable. Another thing. Okay, remember these two words. Constructive feedback comes from those who are actually on board with us or as the same deck. They are the one who can correctly point out. Okay, yes, very true. Wonderful, Noor. Very nicely you have written it. Okay, so this feedback, you understand that a feedback can be as useful as worthless it can be. So what do you think? What makes a feedback useful? What are what are those things, those elements of a feedback which makes it useful? So there are some features of a good feedback that we have kept it for you. Since you already wrote that it was not specific, it did not talk about what actions to be taken in the future. So let's find out what are the features of a good feedback. So we are going to follow an SAR framework. Let's think about what does this stand for, SAR? What do you think SAR stands for? Anyone? Okay. Specific is correct. And A stands for action. Yes, actionable. Right. A stands for actionable. What does R stand for? Result? Reasonable? Okay. Recommendations. Okay. Recommendations comes under actionable. That's the recommendation that you provide. Rapport. Okay. Rapport. How will you build rapport? Reflect. Okay. Okay. So R stands for something which should be there whenever you are giving a feedback. When you are giving a feedback, it's very important to understand that feedbacks, even if they are not positive, even if they talk about your shortcomings, still it should be given in a way that doesn't sound hurtful. That means it needs to be respectful, isn't it? So R stands for respectful. Okay. So SAR, many of you have written, but result, when you say it's result oriented, that means you are talking about actionable. When you are talking about, you need to build rapport. How will you build rapport? By giving respectful comments. Okay. So we are going to follow this framework when you are going to model out a feedback for one of the students now. I'm going to show you a video where you will be watching, you will be observing a child where he is telling a story on his own. So it's not a reading of story, it's a storytelling, where he is making up the story on the basis of a picture composition. Okay. So a picture is being given and the story is being made by the teacher and the student. So what is specific? Now, being specific means you talk about what worked well and what could have been better. Like, for example, let's take 5 pillars of public speaking. You saw that the student was not having proper hand gestures. He was not giving hand gestures properly. So what you can say is, what could have been better? Your hand gestures. And what worked well? Oh, you had a wonderful voice modulation, the effect or the emphasis that you were putting in, the pauses that you took, those were really great. Okay. So if you are talking about these things, now just saying that, oh, your voice modulation was very good, and I think your hand gestures should be more. You should be using your hand gestures. Is this enough? No, because the child will think, okay, where did I go wrong with my hand gestures? Where should I be using hand gestures? Like when you were talking about rainbow, you should have used your hands to show the rainbow. When you were talking about the flowers, you could have, showed or illustrated the flowers with your hands, right? And you could have used a happy facial expression, right? So that is when you are using the words from the story or the speech or presentation or whatever the student is performing. Like when we saw the junior demo, the teacher said, maybe you forgot to use your hand gestures while you were speaking. But that story was very short. You cannot give a proper feedback on that. But then when we talk about feedback, when you are listening to a speech or listening to a story which the child is telling, in that case, you will have to mention those parts where he really did well. Like, for example, when you were saying about pollution, when you stressed on pollution, that was really done well. Okay. So what worked well, not only talking about what is good about him, but also where did he did that good, where the good was there. So you have to find out, you have to circle. Okay. So you have to clearly illustrate those points, those places where he was performing well. Clearly specify those places where he could have done better. Actionable is what can be done the next time. Okay, so next time we will be doing this. You can use your hand gestures or you can be more confident. Let's use less filler words. We can work on the pronunciation maybe in the classes. So actionable part is what we can do the next, better next time. Respectful is ending your feedback with a respectful note that good job, well done, amazing. Overall, it was good. Okay, so ending with a respectful note. Am I clear? Ah, yes, exactly. So we are going to talk about SAR framework. We are going to model out a feedback for this student whose name is Anargya. Okay. So while you are watching this video, think about the feedback that you are going to give as a teacher. Think that you are the teacher in this class and you're talking to your student whose name is Anargya. Okay? Okay. So let's watch this video. Take some time, write your feedback in one place. Don't write it in fragments. Once I had written, again, I'm writing. Write it in one place and then post it. Okay? Because it's difficult for me to read in fragments. So write it, take some time, 2-3 minutes, and then write your feedback. I'm going to play this video. Let's watch it. Remember, this is not story reading. This is storytelling. On the basis of the picture which is given. They are creating the story. Okay? Let's have a look.
Oh, we'll give it a try. And you are going to do that. I'll just take it one. I'll just tell one sentence and then you'll pull it off. Once upon a time, in a mighty island, there was a. What was the beginning of the sentence? Quickly tell me if you remember.
Once upon a time, there was a mystery island far away from humans' reach.
Yes. So, once upon a time, there was a mystery island far away from humans' reach. Now, Anargya will tell me the story.
Nobody but mighty pirate Blackbeard could get near it.
Use your hands. Nobody.
But mighty pirate Blackbeard could get near the island.
Okay, he got to know there's a lot of treasure hidden in the island.
But there was a problem. A mighty soul named Angelica guarded the treasure.
Okay, you need to change your voice, baby. You need to change your voice. You need to use your hands because that is body language. That is very important when you're telling a story. All right? So how would you do that? Quick.
But there was a mighty soul that guarded the treasure, so Pirate Blackbeard could never get it.
But one day, Angelica had lost her powers for a day and she was not close to the treasure. That was the day.
Okay. So let's model out the feedback for Anargya. Remember to use you as a person. Do not write Anargya was. Do not use third person. It's your student and you are going to give a feedback to him. Think as if you are in the class. Let's think, take some time, write the specific, actionable, and respectful. Make sure that you are using the sandwich approach. Start off with a positive note, end in a positive note, and in between, you can talk about the constructive parts. It's not reading, Prithvi. I said they are making up the story. They are creating the story on the basis of the picture which is given. Do you want to watch the video once more? Anyone?
Maybe.
Oh, we'll give it a try. And you are going to do that. I'll just take it one. I'll just tell one sentence and then you'll pull it off. Once upon a time, in a mighty island, there was a. What was the beginning of the sentence? Quickly tell me if you remember.
Once upon a time, there was a mystery island far away from humans' reach.
Yes. So, once upon a time, there was a mystery island far away from humans' reach. Now, Anargya will tell me the story.
Nobody but mighty pirate Blackbeard could get near it.
Use your hands. Nobody.
But mighty pirate Blackbeard could get near the island.
Okay, he got to know there's a lot of treasure hidden in the island.
But there was a problem. A mighty soul named Angelica guarded the treasure.
Okay, you need to change your voice, baby. You need to change your voice. You need to use your hands because that is body language. That is very important when you're telling a story. All right? So how would you do that? Quick.
But there was a mighty soul that guarded the treasure, so Pirate Blackbeard could never get it.
But one day, Angelica had lost her powers for a day and she was not close to the treasure. That was the day.
So
This time I hope it was clear. Zoya, it is not reading. Maisha, very nicely written. Just one thing I have already, I have written you in the chat section. Please watch. We'll just check. Okay, Princey, a little more elaborate, but it is okay. Short feedbacks are also effective. Okay, Vinita, talk about the improvements also, areas of improvement. Oh. Hmm. Harmanpreet, very nicely written. Treasure, did he mispronounce treasure? Okay. Good that you're using evidences from the story, Harmanpreet. That's a very good thing. But I felt that he was trying with his voice modulation very hard. But he did not try to use his hands. So that was something which was missing. Hand gestures, facial expressions. Still, facial expressions were okay. He tried to, move his eyebrows, and he tried to express it, but hands were not visible. Deepa Suraj, very nicely written. Just make sure you mention evidences from the story. Very good, Darshana. Navita. Deborah, very nicely written. You have mentioned the evidences from the story as well. Very good. Madhuri. Jyoti as well. Sunita. Navya. You are telling the student to use more hand gestures, right? But where to use hand gesture? Or you are saying that you had a very good voice modulation. You have modulated your voice very nicely. but where did he modulate his voice nicely? So that also mentioned so that he feels more encouraged, isn't it? Evidences about his story. Where did he, like you are saying, no, Maisha, you have amazing fluency and good command over English. Actionable. Can you please use more hand gestures and expression? So if you are talking about good command over English, give evidences. Where did you find that, okay, his English is really good? Like when you were talking about body language, confidence, thought structure, remember I asked you what are the indicators, examples and non-examples. So you need to give those examples and evidences. Okay, like you were using your eye contact throughout. So it now you cannot express it. You cannot give evidence for that, but I saw you were using your eye contact throughout. Okay, so that's as good as the feedback. But when you are talking about you modulated your voice very nicely, or you were very fluent all throughout, so you need to mention that the way you have conducted yourself in these sentences, like when you were talking about the mighty pirate Blackbeard and then the Angelica guarded the treasure, the way you have modulated and you have articulated those words very nicely, you have done. Give them the evidences, the examples where they did well. Then it would seem as if you were actively listening. Okay, when you are validating his performance, when you are acknowledging his performance, it's important that he should also know that you were listening to him. How would he know? It might be that you are giving generic feedback to him. How would the parents know that you were listening to him? So in order to make sure that the parents and the child also understands that you were listening throughout and you have actually marked it on the basis of some evidences. Your feedbacks are what? They are opinions, isn't it? You need to talk about actions. Remember, I told you, let's talk about actions, and that will constitute a better feedback. Okay. Let's try once again. Let's not get into it. You can say that in the next activity, maybe we can start using more of hand gestures. This time we missed it. No problem. Next time when we'll do the speech and other things or the story, then probably we can use our hand gestures also, right? So don't do the same activity. Don't ask this child to do the same activity once again. No, you don't have that much of time. Just tell him that, okay, next time, maybe next time in the sense, the next activity that we will be doing, we will be trying to focus on these shortcomings. Okay, Zoya, again, evidences are required. Tejal, very nicely written. Noor, also very nicely written. Urvashi, all of you have written very nice feedbacks. Just make sure. Yes, Zoya has included Mighty Island, Mystery Island, sorry. Nidhi, very good. If you do not remember any evidences, you can also give reasons why you want him to be more confident, or why do you want him to use more hand gestures. It will make you look more confident. Very good. Neboshmita also. Same thing, evidences. Okay. Now I'm going to read out a feedback for Anargya, and you are going to tell me which part of my feedback is specific, which part of my feedback is respectful, and which part of it is actionable. Let's listen it very carefully. I'm going to read it once. Shall I start? Yes? Okay. So, wow, Anargya, I loved how you changed your voice and emphasized on some specific words, especially when you said the first line, mighty pirate Blackbeard, and you stressed on mighty. That was really done well. I think what could be improved is use of hand gestures, and that will help you to become more confident and others will pay more attention to you. So next time, I would want you to use both hand gestures and your voice modulation while you are narrating your story. Overall, great work, Anargya. I'm looking forward to hear more stories from you. Now, which part of it was specific, actionable, and respectful? Yes, evidence is mighty part. Yes, mighty pirate Blackbeard. Very good. Okay, Darshana. Very good. Deepa, no, voice modulation is better. That's not oh, okay. You were talking about my feedback. Okay, sorry. Yes, respectful is looking forward to hear more stories from you. And actionable is next time, let's use more both voice modulation as well as hand gestures while narrating stories, isn't it? Very good. So let me share the screen. Yes. So specific was when I said, wow, Anargya, I loved how you changed your voice and emphasized on some specific words, especially when you said the first line, mighty pirate Blackbeard, and you stressed on mighty. That was really done well. I think you can improve your hand gestures. You can use more hand gestures, and that will help you to become more confident, and others will pay more attention to you. Actionable was, so next time I would want you to use both voice modulation and hand gestures when you are narrating the story. And respectful was, overall, great job, Anargya. I'm looking forward to hear more stories from you. Okay? Yes. Clear? Shall I move on to the next slide? We have understood how to give evidence-based feedback. Would you like to give one more feedback to one more learner? This time it will be an adult learner. Okay? So I have given a grown-up learner to you because, you know, you will be getting, you have already watched a senior demo session. You have already watched a junior demo segment also. And you will be watching an adult demo on Friday. And that is for basic presentation skills. Now, only one demo which you have not watched is basic English. That is grown-up basic English. So this one is grown-up basic English one. Okay. Now here, the grown-ups that come to us for basic English, they are not very good at English. Okay, they are not good in speaking. So let's have one learner from here. And since some of you were asking me if we can watch the different videos of different types of demos, so this is one more type of demo. In case if you would like to watch this, I think your teacher's handbook already has this. The learner's name is Pranamika. Okay, the learner's name is Pranamika. You are going to model out a feedback for Pranamika. Let's write the feedback in one place as you have written before also. Very nicely done. All of you have written wonderful feedbacks. Let's practice once again. Okay. And then we will discuss about mocks. It's 12:23. I am going to give time till 12:30. Okay.
Poor and lived there most of my life.
Give me a second. I'll come to the correct part and then we will start. Yes.
Okay, so now you remember how you gave your introduction in the starting when I asked to introduce yourself.
Yeah.
You told, I'm Pranamika and I have a daughter and I live in Assam and a teacher. It was just a simple introduction. But now you came to know all these 4 steps, right?
Okay.
So remembering these 4 steps, can you
Okay.
again give an introduction?
Okay. Yes. I'm Pranamika. People call me Pranu, and I am grown up Assam, and my education was finished at Assam, and now I doing my job in Assam, and I know Assamese and Hindi clearly, but I wanted to uh, uh, learn English fluency.
Great.
And now I'm teacher, but I'm language teacher in Hindi teacher, and and I have a daughter. I spending many times with playing with my daughter, and I like to listening music, and I bake cake, and uh, I'm reading. I like to read. I like to read novels and spending time with my friends.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So now let's start writing the feedback for Pranu.
And being
Sorry. Let's remember to use evidences. Zoya, very nicely written. Very good. Evidence-based also. Shayad, actually using plural forms is actually not the grammatical error. It's a, I'll tell you, it's a kind of mother tongue influence which comes. They have lots of sir in Assamese language. If we have Assamese people over here, so we have more of S sound. Yes, so you can point out those things. You can mention those as evidences if you want. And that's why she is here, no? She wants to know what is the problem. I mean, how will she be better, isn't it? Okay, very good. On the pronunciation and then sentence structure. Well done for now. Okay, Navita, very nicely written. Yes, Sandhya, very nicely written. Very good. Okay, Manya. Yes, and that is, yes, Diksha. So basically, that is what we are going to tell her, that we need to work on this part. This is the problem. So people know that I'm not good in English. I'm not speaking a good English, But what exactly is the problem? Where does the problem lie? Okay, so when you give evidence of the places where she is making a mistake, mention those. So it will not be disrespectful. Rather, it would tell her that you are being honest with your feedback and you want to improve these particular places in her speech. Okay. Hmm. Okay, Ashwini, good. Darshana also. Very nice. Now you see your feedbacks are coming, much more organized and they are more logical. Very good. Very nice. Good that y'all are mentioning the MTI. So that she also understands, okay, this is because of my regional language that it might be true. So very good. Focus on the expectation. Okay. Okay. One more thing I would like to tell you, instead of using words like but or this was not correct, instead of saying that this was not correct, we can say we can work on this part. Like if I say your pronunciation was not correct on the words like English, teacher, education, right? So on these words, we can just say, instead of saying your pronunciations were not correct on these words, we can say we can work on the pronunciation on the words like English, you spoke it as English. So the sound of sh has to be there. So we need to work upon that. Okay. So instead of saying that like this was incorrect, instead of using negative terminologies, if some of you must have been teachers in the past, especially CBSE students, if you all have taught and if you all have written the report cards for them, you must have seen that there is a terminology check in the report cards, and we are not supposed to use some words like which has a negative connotation, even neutral connotation. Everything should have a positive connotation, isn't it? So we try to refrain from using words like but, not, cannot. Okay. Cannot, so it's absolutely a no. So we will try to use more positive words. Okay, that's it. I think you all are writing very nicely. Um, yeah, she is having a good grabbing power, but that doesn't mean that you are not going to highlight the issues. You're going to highlight the issues so that she is aware of the shortcomings and the areas of improvement so that she can also work accordingly, right? Okay, Nidhi, very nicely written. Sunita, true. Harmanpreet, very nicely written. Beautiful. Jasbinder also. Okay, Meenal. Good. Y'all are using evidences from the speech. That's very good. Shelly also. Debushmita, very good. Very nicely written. Shanvi also. Very good. Very nicely written. Deborah, good. Some mistakes in your pronunciation. We'll refrain from using these words. Like mistakes in your pronunciations. Or instead we can just write there were a few words which were mispronounced and we are going to work on this, so don't worry. Okay. Oh, very good. Vinita, very nice. Encouraging the learner about the confidence that she has, and she is putting in so much of effort in learning a new language at this age and time. So this, it's really something which is commendable, and we should mention it. It's always good to, be appreciable. Okay, Anita, very nicely written. Deepa, check on your pronunciation. Noun will be pronunciation. Okay. The pronunciation of the words. Pronunciation, I think it should be always pronunciation. I have never heard pronunciations, but it can be, yes. Hmm. Monica, okay, very good. Sai, very nicely done. Good. Thank you, Diksha. Navya, good. Very nice. Reba, good, good, good. Prithvi also. Prithvi, way much better than the previous one that which you had written. Fluent in your language, the way you are explaining, that's kind of very genuine. So you are appreciating as well as you are focusing on what can be done better. So very good. And it's, as a teacher, I always feel it's very important to be an empath, so that you can understand what's going inside the person's mind. Tanveer, very okay, short and very crisp. Noor, perfect. Yoga Pragadish, very nicely written, very nicely written. Madhuri as well, very good. Shaira, okay. Mention the words also where you are picking up on the pronunciation. Mention those words. Okay, that's what my work is, Harmanpreet. Overall, good energy and good great presentation. Okay, Princey, good. Okay, now you have already learned how to give feedbacks. Wonderful. And I hope you are going to give good feedbacks to your children and your students as well. Now let's discuss more on our uh, mock evaluations. Now, I would like to show you certain things in this PPT. In case if you would like to, watch more videos of demos. Some of you were asking me that, ma'am, can I watch more demos? So if you play this video, no, this is Rudra, okay? This is a demo for Rudra. Another one is demo of, I think this is, I don't remember the name of the student. I think it is Myth or something. Abhay or something. Okay, so you will get to watch these two videos also. So just for a watching purpose, just for viewing purposes, you can watch these videos if just toggle your mouse here and there. So you will get the whole video. Whole demo session has been embedded over here. So you can watch these two videos as well. Okay. Some of you were asking me if we can watch more videos, more recorded videos of children taking demos, isn't it? So we have two more. You have watched Tia, you have watched Shlok, isn't it? Shaurya, sorry, not Shlok, it was Shaurya. So you have two more students, and that is one is Rudra and another one is Abhay. So let's discuss about mock evaluations. What are these? So give me a second. Yeah. Okay. Where can we watch these videos? Where you give the quizzes, no? Just above the quiz, you have day 1, day 2 deck, day 3 deck. So today's deck will be named as day 3 deck. You will get it there. I think the slide number is, you can write the slide numbers if you want. Pranamika is on 59, Rudra is on 61, and Abhay, or I don't remember the name, it's 63. So it's 59, 61, and 63. You can watch these slides. Okay, these slides are on your LMS, on your dashboard. Okay, great. Now, what are these? These are 3 mandatory steps to become live. This I've already said on day 1, but in case if you had missed it, I'm just repeating it once again. Mock 1 is related to senior level child. It's not senior demo, it is related to senior level child. And the instructions are mostly based on slot confirmation call and parent-teacher interaction, and a little bit about the demo session as well. How will you introduce yourself? How will you ask for introduction? How will you, make the class more lively? How will you start this class on a higher note? All these things will be there, okay, in mock 1. There are in total 13 or 14 questions in mock 1. And the first question is about slot confirmation call. And then I think question 2 to 8 is something related to parent-teacher interaction or related to the demo slide. You have to check it. When you open it, you'll have to check it. Mock 2, there is an option between junior or adult. Now, today you all have watched junior segment. In case if you feel like junior is like easier or I'm more comfortable with junior segment, then you can opt for the junior one in the mock 2. But in case if you want to watch the adult demo and you feel that you are more comfortable in the adult demo session, then probably after Friday, you have the live session on Friday. So after watching that, you can give your mock 2. That is on the adult demo session. Okay. Now you will get for mock 2, you will get almost around, I am going to start my training session at 3:30. It will get over by 5. So from 5 p.m. on Friday till Saturday 7 p.m. That means you have full 26, 28 hours. Yeah, you have 26 hours to complete this. Mock 3 is senior demo. It is fully related to senior demo as far as I know. But you need to check the questions as well. You don't need to insert slides. You don't need to insert anything. You just need to record yourself, record your audios and videos. You don't need to insert anything. You don't need to attach anything. Am I clear on this slide? Shall I move to next slide? Yes? Okay. Great. Why do we have mock evaluation? There are 3 reasons, 3 big reasons. First reason, you will get to practice before the real class. You are not facing the parents right once you are, once you have been trained, you are straight away taking demos. That will be like too like very practical for you. So it's better before facing the real parents and the real student. We want you to practice it on your own so that you can also understand where can we be better. And also after this mock evaluations, you are going to get dedicated feedback from the team. And we are also trying to analyze the patterns and we are going to understand the support areas that you require. And accordingly, we'll help you out. Okay. So this is the reason why we are having mocks. No, we are not starting the mocks from today. We are going to start the mocks from tomorrow. After tomorrow's session, tomorrow is the last session. I'm repeating this today. I'm going to repeat this tomorrow also. I want you to be prepared about your mock evaluation. Many a times you miss some of the parts of the training session. That is why. Now, when are these due? The mock 1 is due on Friday, 7 p.m. Due means it's a deadline. That means you have to complete mock 1 before Friday, 7 p.m. Okay? You have to complete mock 1 before Friday, 7 p.m. For mock 2, you have a little more time and you have to complete it before Saturday, 7 p.m. In case you are opting for a junior one, no, you can do it on Thursday or Friday itself, because you have already got the training for junior, isn't it? For adult ones, those who are opting for adult, they'll have to wait till Friday. Clear? Approximately, it will take 60 minutes to record one mock. And mock 3, the deadline is like far beyond. It is on Monday, 7 p.m. So you have lots of time on Sunday as well as on Saturday. So Sunday full, Monday full, you have time. Okay. Do not wait. After you give mock 1, don't wait for the result to come in. Give the second mock. Don't wait for the mail to come in. Okay. So keep giving your mocks without waiting for the result. The result will be given to you on your mails. While you are giving your mocks, make sure that you are wearing formal clothes. Be well groomed. Maintain an eye contact with the camera. Keep the device at eye level, as you can see me. Ensure that your upper body is visible until your waist. Now, I am a little closer to my laptop. I should actually be back, a little back, and my camera angle should be somewhat like this, so that my hand gestures are clearly visible to you. Okay. Make sure that your whatever hand gestures you are using are clearly visible on the camera angle, okay, or camera frame. Clear? Background should be a white screen or a clean wall, because you won't be able to. Did I share the PS background with you? So sorry. I'm going to share the PS background with all of you. Give me a second. And nobody asked me also, ma'am, can I have the background just like you? Okay, 1 minute. I might be disconnected. There's some problem. I might get disconnected. I'm joining right now. Please wait.